Hey y'all, Ashley here, bringing you something a little bit different. I've recently purchased quite a few Lawn Fawn stamp sets and die sets, and so I'm having a blast creating with them. Now, I go through phases of making cards. I always love to scrapbook, so I don't go through that phase, but I do go through phases of making cards, and I'm not always the best at it, and so I'm trying to get better. So I hope you guys enjoy this card. I'm starting off with a Lawn Fawn stamp set called Wish You Were Here. I love this stamp set. I'm a little behind on buying it, but I'm so glad that I went for it and bought it. I'm using the globe on here, and I'm just stamping it in some Memento Tuxedo black ink, and I'm using some Copic cardstock. I think it's like Copic Express It, I think is what it's called. I got it from Simon Says Stamp a while back. So I've cut off a little sheet, and now I'm taking some Copic markers. And the reason, obviously, that I stamped it on this Copic Express paper is because I am going to be using Copics, and then I'm going to die cut it out. I find that when I have the dies that matches the stamp sets, I use the stamp set way more often. I am such a lazy stamper. Like, I really like to have the die cuts. I would much rather have that clean look and pay that extra money for them rather than having to fussy cut, because I find that when I fussy cut, I do not like it. Now, when other people fussy cut, it looks great. Not so much for me. So I've taken G14 and G24 for the green, and now I'm using B01 and B04 for the blue. Just kind of doing the land, or the land and the water on the globe. And then I've also stamped a heart in Hero Arts neon pink ink, and I'm going to die cut that out. Surprisingly, that has a die cut that comes along with it. Off to the right, I have some cardstock laying there. I have 110 pound cardstock from Michaels. I love how thick it is, and so I've scored that. It's going to be a top folding card, and it's 5.5 by 4.25, I believe. And I'm going to go ahead and place the die cut over this and run it through the Big Shot. So you won't see me run it through the Big Shot, but if I can get that in place, there we go. And then I'll just cut those out. The other pieces of cardstock are, I believe it's Whisper White from Stampin' Up! And so I've cut a few sheets. And now I'm going to take a couple of Distress inkers. And first I'm measuring, I know that I want this Lawn Fawn 3x4 stitched die card, or little card, and it's a die. I know that I'm going to want to cut it after I'm done inking this, but it didn't fit on that other sheet of paper, so I grabbed another piece of Whisper White and just cut it down. It didn't have to be perfect because I'm going to cut out of it, and I'm taking the raspberry, what's that called? Picked raspberry. And now I'm taking the Squeeze Lemonade, and I'm going to kind of create an orange in between this. And you'll see me kind of continue to you kind of just have to keep going until you like it, and that's what I had to do. And so you won't see me do the whole thing, but this, you kind of get the idea of what I'm doing here. Just keep blending, you'll get it, I promise. I had to tell myself that. That's why I'm telling you guys that. So I've gone ahead and used this journaling card from Lawn Fawn to cut out that piece, and now I'm taking a Paper Studios, I think it's the Hobby Lobby brand, wood grain piece. I'm using 110 pound cardstock. Now, it was very important for me to use the 110 pound cardstock on that because it tore it apart the first time I did it when I just used regular cardstock. So now I'm taking the, let's see, You Mean the World to Me, which is perfect because I'm using that globe. I am stamping that down with Tuxedo black ink, which I probably should have used maybe like StazOn or Archival, just because these Distress inks, I think, it kind of seeped in more into the page than I wanted it to, so it wasn't as bold, but I still really liked it. Now I'm taking some adhesive and putting that on the back of that journaling card, and then I'm going to pop up that world. Last thing I'm going to do is add this little bitty heart that I cut out earlier with that ink. I'm going to put some matte medium onto my craft sheet, and then I'm going to paste that on there. Who says paste anymore? I don't know, but that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you liked it. Bye.